role in my life. Many things that I use are actually plastic based. A few examples would be a plastic water bottle, a plastic ruler, and a plastic lunchbox. If you come to my house, you can actually see many things are actually plastic based. And it's also very hard, it's almost impossible to think of a space without any plastic items. But this wasn't the case back then. Back then, many things were made out of glass and metals. And it was, for example, let's say like a glass water bottle. So it was very hard to transport it, it was very hard to carry, and it was very, very heavy. So plastic came into the hands of the common people, and it became so much better. It was so much easier to transport, so much easier to handle, and so much lightweight. Like all of its properties were all positives. And so this was how plastics came from back then to now, and now it's such a big influence in our everyday lives. Almost everything's made out of plastic, at least to some extent. This, as we know, is leaning towards a big plastic pollution. Many Canadian associations, for example like CPIA, are creating awareness by providing solutions. For example, let's say Plasticurious, that is creating awareness among us. Our Canada is technologically advanced when it comes to the processing of waste. Many programs across Canada are now recycling many different types of plastic. For example, a plastic water bottle like PET, that's used in this plastic water bottle right here. According to CBWA, or also known as the Canadian Bottled Water Association, plastic water bottles are the third most recycled product after newspapers and aluminum. I was surprised when I read an article on environmentaldefense.ca that stated that 80% of the litter on the Great Lakes is plastic. This indirectly tells us that we are facing plastic pollution. It is almost impossible for us to completely eliminate plastics from our daily lives. But we can become more active in reducing the plastics by reusing the plastics. Let me share some of my practices with you. When I'm going to school, I make sure to myself that I use a reusable plastic water bottle instead of a use and throw plastic water bottle. This way, on average, per month, I reduce 20 use and throw plastic water bottles. And this is the same thing with my family. One of the biggest domestic waste is plastic bags. This occurs usually from shopping. Retail stores are already doing an excellent job encouraging customers by adding a few cents to plastic bags. But there are still times when our parents, including my parents, forget to bring their reusable bags. And we, the kids and teens, should emphasize and make sure that our parents bring with themselves their reusable bags. In my city, we have a color code representation of our waste bins. BBG. BBG. Blue for recycling, black bins for non-recyclables, and green bins for food waste. But sometimes it's very tricky for me to know which plastics go in which bins. So recently my family started practicing a quick and simple way that will help me sort my trash even though they have their symbols on them. Very simply, all we do is we color code it with its color dot on whatever it goes into. So for example, this is PET, it goes in our recycling. So we'll color code it with blue. Simple and quick and easy, and as you all know, a picture expresses 1,000 words. So in this case, it's our color. So it's so easy. So if I was to go, I would look blue. Simple and quick. So nowadays, it's not a stress for me. It's just quick and simple. And this also helps my little brother, who doesn't have that much more knowledge than I do, of course. Anyway, thank you for listening to my video.